This happened earlier this week. Told the story to some friends at a bonfire last night and they all agreed I should share it here. Obligatory sorry on mobile bit. I'll try to keep formatting errors and typos to a minimum. Quick background info: I work at a company that installs custom closets. Our uniform includes a blue button-up Carhartt shirt with the company logo on it. I think some of you may already be picking up on where this is going. So I'm driving home from work after a very long and tedious day, completely covered in sawdust when I get a call from my lovely wife. She had put in a pickup order at the local Walmart, but they had failed to give her our almond milk. She asks if I'd be willing to stop and let them know they shorted us and grab it. While I'm not particularly enthusiastic to add a stop on my way home, I tell her okay. I get there and head on over to the customer service desk and explain the situation. The lady working there is very sweet and tells me she'll have somebody from the pickup department swing over and take care of me. She gestures towards a nearby bench and informs me I can have a seat while I wait. I gladly did so and promptly pulled out my phone and attempt to disassociate for a few minutes. A few minutes, maybe 5 at most, go by and a line forms up. I guess the lady at the desk stepped away for a moment. I start to hear grumbling about lazy employees and how nobody has any work ethic anymore. Wish I could be more specific on their exact phrasing, but I was trying very hard not to pay attention to anything going on around me at this point. After a few more moments I hear a very aggressive clearing of a throat followed by a very annoyed sounding "Excuse me sir, I've been waiting for help for over 10 minutes. I look up to see a woman holding an armful full of clothes glaring at me. She will henceforth be referred to as Glaring Woman, or GW for short. Me: well, I find that unlikely as I haven't even been here for 10 minutes and I got here before you. GW: well, maybe this would go faster if you weren't messing around on your phone. At this point I've now connected the dots and realized that she thinks I work here. I'm about to utter the words classic "I don't work here" line when an idea hits me. Me: you're right, sorry for holding you up. I pull up the Walmart app on my phone and show her the almond milk my wife and I didn't get the almond milk we ordered. We were supposed to get 2 cartons. GW: why are you showing me your phone? Me: so you can grab me my almond milk. Is that not why you're here? GW: no. I don't work here. Me: Q's malicious grin: well, neither do I. How about we stop bothering each other now? She looked me up and down and I could see realization dawn on her face. She quietly walked back to the line and I sat back down on my bench. Eventually the desk lady came back and got the line moving, and an employee from pickup came and got me my almond milk. And that's the story. At least she didn't try to get me fired. About 15 years ago I worked for a blue and yellow electronics store. It was a fine job, but I guess they had to make some cuts. Me and a group of 15 other people, all paid over $10 an hour, were let go on the same day for the similar reason of being late. As I was walking out to leave, a man stopped me and asked me if I could help him pick out a new hard drive. I looked at him and said, while wearing full blue shirt and khaki uniform, I don't work here, sorry, but that dickweed over there, and pointed to the manager that just let me go, can help you. Then I just left. The guy was flabbergasted and it felt a little cathartic to say no to someone even while in uniform. Edit, spelling correction. I just got off a 24-hour shift and stopped at Walmart. This lady walks up to me and asks, "Good. An employee. Where are the—" I can't remember the exact item. I smiled and said, "Actually I don't work here, but I know where it is," and took her to it. I was still in uniform. Radio, trauma shears, everything. She was in her 30s, not a dementia case. This question has brought me so much misery. I work 6 days a week at 2 different jobs, and I've come to dread being asked for the bathroom code. The bathroom at one of my jobs is often closed because customers trashed it or clogged the toilet, and it can take hours for someone to come fix it. Customers will get so offended and argue with me over it, and one person left us a bad Yelp review over it, and on a day where the bathroom was never closed, so that's fun. Working 6 days a week and having to be nice to these adult children all the time while they treat me like garbage is emotionally exhausting, so I had a real great time when I was in a pizza place and went to get some water, and someone busted in and rudely asked me for the bathroom code. I just gave him a shitty look, and, just as rudely, said I don't work here and went back to my friends. Edit. I'm both baffled and very amused at the number of people who seem to be suggesting that either one. I should have provided this person with a bathroom code that I didn't know at a place I didn't work at, or two. I should be giving out the bathroom code at my actual job when, I cannot stress this enough, when I refuse to give it is because the bathroom is closed because the toilet is clogged or broken and or covered in biohazardous waste. It is impossible for you to use the toilet and unsafe for you to try. Your needs and the laws meant to help you do not change the fact that the bathroom is not functioning and may in fact be hazardous to your health if you try to use it. This is not hard, and this is why I'm sick of dealing with this problem. I cannot do anything about it. I can't do anything. You however are free to take a shit in the Trader Joe's around the corner or whatever. Decided to swing by the big red Bullseye store to pick up some clearance Gundam models. As I made my way through the store, I could hear the rantings of a very impatient man at the electronics counter. As I walk past, in jean shorts, Crocs, and a gray strong jaw ale t-shirt, a far cry from the typical red uniform shirt, the man shouts at me, "Hey! I'm waiting, you work here?" I look him dead in the eye. "No sir, I do not," without missing a step. As I make my way to the unfortunately adjacent collectibles section, and grab a few models off the shelf, he follows me, and asks 2 more times, and if I'm sure I don't work there. Again, told him I do not. I have no idea what was confusing him about my appearance or statement that I don't, but he still didn't seem to believe me. At least he left me alone after that. Now before anyone complains, yes, this story came from another website, customersuck.com, but as I'm the person it happened to and the same scrudgemeyer who posted it there. On to the story. Well, the place I work at just bought these rather spiffy red polo shirts with our logo on them. Mostly for when we have an event at the center. I'm getting off of work and I'm heading into town to pick up my wife from where she works so we can head home. I'm hungry as all hell, so I pop into the convenience store nearby and stop and order a sandwich. I'm kneeling down so I can look at the chips they have to offer and I hear from behind me, "What the hell are you doing here?" This raises an eyebrow, but since I have no enemies in the area, or anyone who would talk to me like for that matter, I chalk it up to someone talking to someone else and get back to my chip selection. "Don't you ignore me, you little punk. Who gave you permission to come here?" Okay, since no one else answered him, I'm guessing he's referring to me. No idea as to whom this aside is, so I reply, "I didn't think I needed your permission to go anywhere." And I go back to selecting chips for a snack. The dill pickle chips are intriguing me. "Listen to me, you little fuck. As your shift manager." I got tired of it at this point. I drew myself to my full 6 feet 2 inches height, turned so he could see me clearly and said, "As my shift manager you'll do what?" Imagine the scene in the 2009 Star Trek movie where the Enterprise rises out of the atmosphere of Titan. That's the sort of music I imagine is playing when I do my slow rise and turn. What I saw when I turned around was the top of a head. A slight correction, and I see someone wearing a maroon McDonald's shirt and a nameplate declaring that he is the shift manager. As the rather short fellow realized that I wasn't who he thought I was, all the color ran out of his face and his ability to speak was really diminished. I apostrophe m her. Less than gulp greater than I'm awful sss sorry. The next thing I saw was his little ass blue shifting as he runs out of there like he wants to break the light speed barrier. Turns out, thanks to clarification by the store clerk, there is a person at the McDonald's who looks a little like me but doesn't have that whole "I'm about to rip out your soul and use it to wipe my ass" look on his face when he's annoyed. He's also about as short as the manager I just scared the shit out of. Odds are he asked to make a run for something and was told no by the manager, who later decided to step out. Likely he assumed, incorrectly, that I was that guy and he tried to intimidate me. Nothing like the smell of stupid in the morning.